Yeah, this one's actually my favorite of the entire series. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was released in 2001, starring Jason Mewes, Kevin Smith, Shannon Elizabeth, and Will Ferrell. And yeah, Jay and Silent Bob are actually my favorite characters in the entire View Askewniverse. So yeah, obviously a spinoff about them is going to be interesting to me. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this review. Starting off with the good, and like I said, this is actually my favorite of the View Askewniverse films. And Jay and Silent Bob are the main characters in this movie, and they are hilarious as ever. Especially Jason Mewes, he's kind of at the forefront of this movie as Jay. And once again, he's just as crass and rude and vulgar as he always is. And honestly, just an entire movie of it, it's just funny to me. Because these are the characters that were just background characters back in Clerks. But audiences liked them so much that they became more and more of a main character to now where they have their own spin-off within this universe. Jason Mewes is absolutely hilarious. Kevin Smith as well as Silent Bob. He actually speaks twice in this movie, which is rare occasion for Silent Bob. He usually only speaks once and then it's over, but he actually speaks twice in this film. One to scream at Jay for being such an idiot, and the second time to actually say something smart, you know, like Silent Bob always does. And aside from them, they actually give Jay a love interest in the character of Justice, played by Shannon Elizabeth, and I really liked her as well in this movie. And I really like the chemistry between her and Jason Mewes. I thought that they were a really cute couple, flourishing throughout this movie. I really love the way they play off of each other. It's complete opposite of the relationship in Chasing Amy between Holden and Alyssa. But they were just perfect for each other with how crass Jay is and how forgiving Justice is. I just really like the way they work together. Will Ferrell's in this movie as well, and I'm not usually a huge fan of Will Ferrell. I do admit the guy has talent. I'm just never a huge fan of him. But he does a great job in this movie. He's this wildlife marshal who's hired to track down Jay and Silent Bob because there's this huge misunderstanding where they think that Jay and Silent Bob are terrorist organization or whatever. And I really like that. And also I really like the monkey in this movie that Jay and Silent Bob accidentally pick up halfway through the film and they just have to drag it everywhere with them. I just think it's funny. Also, the monkey's adorable, so there's also that going for it. And on top of probably being the most crass of the View Askewniverse, it's also probably the most celebrity cameo filled of the View Askewniverse as well. The main cameo that I really want to point out is Chris Rock as the director of this movie that they're making about Jay and Silent Bob within this movie. He's just absolutely hilarious. Everything he says just has me laughing, beginning to end, every time he's in the movie. And then, on top of that, you get a lot of characters coming back from past View Askewniverse films. You get both Randall and Dante from Clerks in one scene. You get Jason Lee comes back as both Banky Edwards from Chasing Amy and Brody from Mallrats. Ben Affleck comes back as Holden McNeil from Chasing Amy. You even get a cameo from Joey Lauren Adams as Alyssa from Chasing Amy. Just a lot of characters from past films show back up in this movie. Also, a cameo from the character of God from Dogma in a post-credits scene. And then also one of the most clever cameos in the entire movie and probably in film history had Mark Hamill as the fictional villain Cockknocker in the fictional film they were making within this movie, and there's quite a few Star Wars references in just that scene. It's very funny. I really love that entire scene. And aside from the characters, this is just an absolutely hilarious movie. It's probably the most laugh out loud of the View Askewniverse films, mainly because Jay and Silent Bob are the main characters, and that really helps it a lot. I just really love every single joke that happens in this movie. And the story is just about as ridiculous as a View Askewniverse film can get, with Jay and Silent Bob finding out that a movie is being made about a comic book that was based off of them, written by Holden McNeil and Banky Edwards. So they find out that people are talking smack about it online, so they want to go to Hollywood and try and get it from, try to stop it from getting made, so people will stop talking smack about them online. And hilarity ensues. It's a really great road trip film. It doesn't really delve into any emotional moments, but there is a movie, 2 movies after this that kind of does, so we'll talk about that one when we get to it. But it's just absolutely hilarious. There's no character development really going on here, but it's just funny to watch Jay and Silent Bob actually be the lead roles in a movie for the first time in this universe. It's just great. Also, the soundtrack is amazing, and like I said, the cameos are terrific, every single one of them. You even have Carrie Fisher and George Carlin show up in this movie, and Tracy Morgan as well. But yeah, that's about it for the good. Let's go on to the bad, and I really have nothing here at all. So, final thoughts, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is just so much fun in the View Askewniverse films. And I just really love it beginning to end. It's hilarious, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, love it to death. 10 out of 10 for me. So, that was my thoughts on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. What did you think about this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.